Hi, good morning everyone. How things going? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Um, Excuse me, here in North Dakota, it's kind of windy right now, but the temperature is also dropping because it's fall season. A lot of people really like fall season. Me too. I like fall season. The turning of the leaves, the color of the leaves turns like yellow and red or brown. So yeah, I like fall season, but one thing that I don't like is after fall season is winter, and I don't like winter. But anyway, this morning I will be sharing with you guys how I did or what I did in getting my husband's Philippine visa when we travel. Okay, so because a lot of my friends know that we will be traveling to Philippines next month and spend the whole winter over there, and we're hoping to come back in March. So these are the requirements that. Oh, by the way, I called the Philippine embassy in Chicago, and asked them, to email me the form and other requirements that they need. Okay, so if you are residing in the Midwest, which are Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, and Wisconsin, then you call the Philippine Consulate General in Chicago. Okay, so these are the requirements that your husband will be needing when you get a Philippine visa for him so he can travel with you to Philippines. So first is an accomplished visa application form with passport size photo attached. Okay, and also it has to be notarized. It has to be notarized. So after you fill up the form, you go to the bank and ask the people in the bank to notarize your form. And the second requirement is the original passport and a photocopy of the data page of the passport with a validity of at least 6 months beyond the proposed stay in the Philippines. So the third requirement is the travel itinerary. So they need to know when are you leaving and when are you coming back. Okay? And then the fourth requirement is the proof of financial capacity. You'll just go to the bank statement and print out your latest bank statement. And the fifth requirement is a copy of marriage, a copy of report of marriage or marriage certificate. So the marriage certificate I think, has to come from the one that you got from NSO or PSA now, Philippine Statistics Agency. So a copy of that they need, and a written letter. Well, not written. I wrote mine, but you can type it in the computer. A letter of support from Filipino spouse. And also it says here you have to indicate in your letter the specific purpose or nature of travel of foreign spouse, that he guarantees all moral obligations to be incurred by the foreign spouse while in the Philippines. So you have to include that in your letter. And then after that, you have your letter notarized. You have to go to the bank and notarize your letter along with the form as well. And the seventh one is the copy of the wife's valid Philippine passport, or a copy of the dual identification certificate or certificate of acquisition, retention of Philippine citizenship. Okay, and then you get a visa fee for $30. You go to the bank and get the cashier's check. Only if you want to expedite it, you will pay $40. If not, $30. And your cashier's check, it has to be payable to consulate Consulate General of the Philippines in Chicago. Okay, so that has to be written in your cashier's check. All right, so the ninth requirement is self-addressed stamped envelope with tracking number. So USPS Priority Express Mail or prepaid UPS only. So what I did was I went to the post office and got an envelope, and I had them um, put like I paid it, like I prepaid it, and then I had them put the tracking number, and then along with that, I put that self-addressed stamped envelope along with my requirements into a bigger envelope and sent the whole thing, because when when they processed all of your stuff, when they processed your visa, your husband's visa, and kids' travel documents, um, they will send it back to you through that self-addressed envelope that you sent them, so they don't need to pay um, the postage anymore. All they do is just put the visa, your husband's passport with the visa in it, and the travel documents for your children. They'll just put it in the envelope that has the self-addressed. Okay. And then finally, you mail your application, your visa application, to visa section in the Consulate General of the Philippines in Chicago, 122 South Michigan Avenue, Suite 1600, Chicago, Illinois, 60603. So that's basically it. Now for the issuance of a travel document, it has to be the parents that will fill out the form for minors. Okay, so the first requirement is submit 2 passport pictures, 2x2, front view, colored or black and white with plain white background. So basically, the passport size photo, that's the first requirement. And if the child is wearing glasses, no glasses is allowed when the picture is taken. Okay, and then the third requirement, and the next requirement is submit original and copy of Philippine passport if the child has Philippine passport. In our case, we don't have Philippine passport, so I just photocopy my kids' Philippine, no, U.S. passport, the one that has all their information, their picture. So I photocopy that and I sent that along with the form and a copy of their birth certificate. Okay. Now, it says here, if a child is U.S. permanent resident, you have to submit a copy of alien registration card or your green card. Okay. Next one is submit proof of actual residence, or like a photocopy of driver's license, state ID, employment ID, or utility bills, whatever. Since my kids, they don't have the driver's license yet, so what I did was I just sent them like our utility bill, like a telephone bill. I sent that along with the form and other requirements. Okay, now for minors, it says here, submit a notarized affidavit of support and consent from both parents. Yeah, we made an affidavit with me and my husband both signed on the affidavit, and then we had it notarized. And I stated in there that my kids will be traveling with us to Philippines, and they will have their U.S. passport, but they have their birth certificate, the report of birth that was issued by the PSA, which is the Philippine Statistics Agency. So that's what I wrote in my affidavit. Okay, and also I included in my affidavit an explanation stating the circumstances surrounding the request of a travel document. So I just stated in there that um, um, we will be traveling to the Philippines and we will be spending winter there. Um, so we need the travel document for my children, as it is required right now at the immigration in the Philippines, because you cannot enter in the Philippines right now if you don't have the travel document slash visa, a Philippine visa for the spouse, for the foreign spouse. Okay, now next one here. Um, yeah, it says here, it is really highlighted. It's all in capital letters. It says if applicant is unable to appear in person because of, you know, what's going on nowadays, the form has to be notarized. So all the forms has to be notarized. You have to get a cashier's check from your bank that is payable to the Philippine Consulate General. Yeah, that's it. And aside, along with these requirements, along with my husband's requirements for his Philippine visa, we put everything together in one envelope and sent it to the Philippine Consulate General in Chicago. And like I said, the travel document is only good for 1 month. You have to travel before it will expire. But the visa, the Philippine visa, is good for 3 months. So hopefully this little video of mine helps you in getting your travel documents or Philippine visa done. Yeah, because like I said, nowadays in the Philippines, when you travel, you cannot enter in the Philippines if you don't have the Philippine passport, or if you don't have the necessary documents that they need to enter the country. Even if you're Filipino, but if you're not dual citizen, yeah, you can't enter the country right now. So yeah, so that's it. You have a nice day and you take care and God bless. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. Bye.